Have you ever wondered how these high-level fighters can knock someone out without any effort? It looks like they're not using any power. I preach a lot about technique, and it's very, very powerful, but within that technique, there's a technique. So think of it as there's layers. And today, I'm going to teach you that secret, what I call a effortless nuclear punch. Alright guys, my name's Coach Chris. Welcome back to Sicat Kickboxing Club. And if you haven't done so yet, if you've been watching the channel for a while, please help support the channel and subscribe, like the video, comment down below in what you think of the video and what you'd like to see. Also, don't forget to share this video with other people, your training partners, and with other people that want to learn the art of kickboxing. It is my love. I do all combat sports, but kickboxing is my first love. All right. And also go check out the podcast. I'm about 78. I'm happy to say I'm 78 episodes deep, and you could get you could get value out of that, real value out of that, because I have high-level UFC fighters on, from high-level UFC fighters, intermediate to beginners, that just teach us tips. And it's a self-improvement podcast. So you could get a lot of value out of that to improve your kickboxing journey much faster. All right. And also sign up for my email newsletter, my chrissicat.com/blog. All right. So let's get right into it. When I started fighting, okay, I'm very, very lucky that I had MMA coaches around me that taught me the proper ways to do the technique. Otherwise, I'd have to go back and redo them, okay? I want to say that first and foremost because it led the foundation for me not having to go back, and sometimes you will, but not having to go back and learn those techniques over. Because when you learn bad habits, then you literally have to rewire your brain to, again, like have to start all over with what you know, and it makes it a lot harder. So why I say that is when I first started, it's great. What I tell you guys on this video about how to do a punch, right? I'll go over here for demonstration. It starts from ground up, from your feet, right? So you have to squash the bug. So for here, I'll show across. You'll have to squash the bug. The power transfers to your hip. It transfers to your shoulder, and then it will transfer to your arm. So technically, you're using all your body. It's the transfer of weight to all your body to throw a punch. Saying that, I wanted to review that because I've been training with lightweight UFC fighter Evan Elder. He's going to fight in Perth, Australia soon on the biggest stage in the UFC. And if he gets this victory, which he will, a little bit biasness there, but he's an animal. But when he gets this victory, he's going to be in the top 15. That's literally 0.111% of the world. So I'm investing in my training. I'm constantly investing in my training with Evan and these high-level guys. I go to a world-class gym in order to make myself better so that I don't stay stagnant. I walk it like I talk it. I could keep providing value for you guys. So today what he was teaching me, what he would call the nuclear punch. You know how we like our analogies, the nuclear punch, because it's literally a one shot or hit them to where they get flustered so you can go ahead and knock them out. So as I reviewed before, and I'll show you on this bag over here, as I reviewed it before, you're transferring all your weight, right? Look how powerful this punch is by itself when I do the right technique, okay? So what you want to do, look. I don't have to load up on anything, right? It's literally just my body weight, and it doesn't even look like I'm loading up like this and then going boop. As you know right now, since you guys been watching my videos, and go back if you haven't, I have a plethora of them. This is the right technique. Look, it's going from the ground up, from stepping on the cockroach to going up. The weight transfer is going up to my hip, to my shoulder. I'll do it again. See, look, you're in your stance, right? It's literally just that. I'm not loading up. Now, what Evan Elder taught me was a big, mind-blowing game changer. Back when I used to fight, this all worked for me. But now, I almost feel indestructible, like I just got a key to like a treasure chest, all right? Because I've been using this in sparring lately, and man, the power that it has on it is just mind-blowing. I've been doing this for a very long time, training over 15 years, and then coaching for a very long time, and you learn something new every day. That's why I invested myself to train with the best. What's going on, guys? It's Coach Chris from Sicat Kickboxing Club. I'm happy to announce that I'm doing my very first live interactive webinar on Zoom. Super excited for this one because I like the socialization with my clients, and I've been coaching for over 10 years, so I'm super stoked to do it online. So what we're gonna cover on this is just the introduction of kickboxing, my methodologies and principles when it comes to kickboxing, especially if you're a beginner. I know it can be scary to do kickboxing because there's, hitting and all that, but it's not really what people think, and that's why I did this in the first place. Saying that, this webinar is for everyone. It's for beginners, it's for intermediate, practitioners, hobbyists, competition, right? And we're going to be covering a good amount of ground on it. So, introduction to kickboxing, like I said, the methodologies and principles that go into it, maybe give you a confidence to start doing it. And also, I'm gonna talk about the self-defense aspect as a part of the webinar, because I know I've taken surveys and I've heard from your guys' comments that you guys are really interested in that, and I think it's very important. And then I think kickboxing as a whole is the combat sport to learn actual self-defense. Like, it's not one of those fake, Tai Chi stuff. But anyways, we're gonna be covering that, and I'm gonna do a live Q&A for all your questions. I'm gonna be answering all your questions, so that should be really good to get you in the zone and give you all the information that you need for this webinar. So I hope to see you there. Sign up. I'll click the link on the description down below, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. Okay, so what you want to do, the subtle differences that Evan taught me was, look, when you get in your stance, correct, you want to have your elbow in your pocket. You see that? Boom. It's going to back up your posture a little bit, but not to the point where your base is disrupted. Because we all know the base is foundation of your defense. I've talked about that in my other videos. But your base, if you have a crappy base, if you're floundering around and then your head's right here, look, wherever your eyes and head go, you're gonna go. That's a fun tip. Not even a fun tip, it's a necessary tip. If my head's down here, look, if they push me down, just like in wrestling, I'm going down wherever I'm looking. So for this one, even if I have my elbow in my back pocket here, look, my base is still good, you see? If I were to go here, look where I'm at, my base is too much. So I really want you to compare the differences, okay? Try leaning, so I'll call it leaning. When you lean too much this way, right, like a lot of boxers do, and look, boxers still have a heavy base because their foot is planted on the ground like it was screwed on there, okay? So they can afford to lean back, all right? But when you lean back too much, again, look, if someone pushes me, I'll tip over. And that's what a lot of beginners don't know what to do. I want to just reiterate that before we go into the punch, because it's so important. When you tuck, and this is the point of the video, okay? Take notes. This is the one thing that you have to take from this video, so take the notes. Put your elbow, so as a reference point, the analogy is put your elbow like you're putting it in your back pocket. But don't go all the way like this, because it'll off balance you, okay? And you never want to do that. Look, so I'll make the simple adjustment of doing this. This is my fight stance. I'll just act like in my mind I have my elbow in my back pocket. What that does is that it won't sway me all the way, like literally my elbow in my back pocket, but when I have that reference point in my head, I'll go. You see that? Just that little body tweak makes a whole big difference. So when I do that, I'm literally, what Evan was telling me to compare it to, is a baseball throw, right? So when you throw a baseball, that's literally how you're loaded up when you think of the elbow in the pocket. Elbow in the pocket, elbow in the pocket. I want to keep saying that because when you got the elbow in the pocket, right? So when I'm sparring, he'll literally shout out, elbow in the pocket. Then I'm adjusted, okay? Now, I'm going to demonstrate to you what it does on this bag. So usually, right, the regular stance is to go here. Very powerful punch, very nice and subtle. But if you make just that little tiny adjustment where fighters, the other opponent can't even tell because you're not projecting it to them, right? So if I'm doing this, elbow in the pocket, they can't tell, okay? Like even when they're looking at you, they can't tell. So here, I'm gonna show you in real time, elbow in the pocket. See, regular stance, and then when I shout out in my own head, elbow in the pocket, my body will automatically get those cues to adjust. You see that? Another subtle way, elbow in the pocket. Just that subtle move, try it for yourself. I know it seems like a small move to do. Try it right now, just shadow boxing, even if you don't have a bag, okay? Look, elbow in the pocket. Elbow in the pocket. I'm literally, look, and if you want to talk in baseball terms, like he said, I'm literally doing this. Look how hard that hits. I don't even have, I'm literally demonstrating you, and then when I spar people, they cover up, and even when people cover up, the force that it has on it, they'll kind of shell up, and then you could just go to town on them because that's the main goal, right? Look, we can talk about knockouts all we want, but then it's on the highest levels, guys, it's literally hard to get a knockout. But the thing is, if you could get them to shell up because you're hitting them so hard without any load up, you're just elbow in the pocket, elbow in the pocket, pocket, just that force alone will make them cover up, and then you could go to town on them. All right, so that's a small detail, but a big change when it comes to your game. All right, so again, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment on what videos you want to see, what you thought about this video. I'd like to hear from you. Share this with anyone that wants to learn the art of kickboxing. And I just want to mention, I'm doing a webinar on Tuesday, August 26th at 10 a.m. Sign up for that. Description's down below. I'm excited to see you all. I'm excited to build this community. And I'll see you on the next one.